In life, many people say they are busy. They rush from place to place. They complain they do not have enough time. But have you ever wondered why some people achieve great things with very little time, while others waste years without noticing? Have you ever thought that time is not lost in one big mistake, but in many small choices we do not see? Today's story will uncover the answers to these questions and teach you a powerful lesson along the way. We'll also learn some new words to enhance our English skills, so stay with us till the end. I promise this video will be worth your time. Before we start with the story, I would greatly appreciate if you subscribe to this channel and let me know where you're from in the comments. Let's start. Long ago, in a quiet village near a river, there lived a young man named Kiran. Kiran was healthy and strong, but he had one problem. He believed time was endless. Every morning his mother asked him to help in the fields. Mother. Later, his teacher asked him to practice reading. Kiran. Tomorrow. His friends invited him to learn a new skill. He laughed and said, "There is plenty of time." Kiran spent his days resting in the shade, watching the river flow. One evening, an old woman arrived in the village. She carried a small bag and walked very slowly. She stopped near Kiran and asked, "Can you lend me 1 hour?"
Kiran laughed. "How can I lend you an hour?" he said. "I do not own time."
The old woman smiled. "Then you will not miss it," she replied. Before Kiran could ask more, she handed him a small stone and said, "Keep this until tomorrow."
Then she walked away. That night, Kiran slept deeply, but his dream was strange.
He saw himself standing in a large hall filled with doors. Each door had a word written on it: learning, family, work, rest. A voice said, "You may open only one door."
Kiran chose rest. Inside, he saw himself lying comfortably, watching days pass like clouds.
This is where most of your hours go.
Suddenly, the room grew dark. The doors began to disappear one by one. Kiran reached out, but they vanished. He woke up sweating. The next morning, the stone felt heavy in his hand.
"Why did you ask me for 1 hour?"
Because you spend hours without knowing their value. This stone is like time, small, silent, and easy to ignore.
She dropped it into the river. It disappeared instantly. "Did you feel that loss?" she asked.
Kiran shook his head. "It was just a stone."
The old woman nodded. "That is how time leaves you."
Later that day, Kiran followed his father to the fields. For the first time, he noticed how quickly the sun moved. He helped plant seeds. He listened carefully. He worked without stopping. The hours felt different. They felt full. That night, he returned to the river. The old woman was gone. In her place stood a wooden sign. It read, "Time is not owned. It is borrowed." Days passed. Kiran changed quietly. He woke earlier. He learned a little each day. He stopped saying, "later."
When his friends asked why he worked so carefully, he said, "Because every hour leaves without saying goodbye."
Years later, Kiran became a teacher. One day, a young boy sat beside the river doing nothing.
What are you waiting for?
I have time.
Time does not wait. It only passes.
He handed the boy a small stone. Time is free for everyone, but it is never cheap. You cannot save it. You cannot return it. You cannot borrow it twice. The rich and the poor receive the same hours. The difference is how they treat them. If you waste time, it will quietly leave. If you respect time, it will build your life. Remember this: every hour you use well becomes part of who you are. Every hour you ignore becomes a story you can never rewrite. Use your time wisely. If this story made you think, share what you learned in the comments and stay with us for the next story.